guys, welcome back to another video. I have freaking news. And the news is that LiveFit is under the weather. Shock. Dare I say it? I just said it. So I'm not feeling too hot. I think the biggest thing is it's because the seasons are changing here in Utah. The air is dry regardless. Also, I just got out of the shower. That's why my hair looks like this, in case that's not clear. The air is really dry here regardless. And in like the winter, it gets even worse. And I think just the seasons changing like into fall time and stuff, the air is just getting drier. That's what's really getting to me, because essentially it's my throat that really hurts. And I woke up yesterday when my throat was so raw. My voice was super raspy yesterday. It's a lot better today. But if you guys think, I always get comments about how I sound like Miley Cyrus for whatever reason, and yesterday out of any day would be the only day that I could actually see it, because my voice was so raspy and I feel like she has a raspy voice. I don't really know. I don't really have allergies, but I just really feel like it's like something to do with like the weather. I also feel really inflamed. Like I feel like my face is really puffy. I have a pimple right here. Also, call me crazy, but I'm like convinced those freaking Fit Crunch bars, this was the first time I've like consistently ate them, and usually if you get acne like on your cheeks, it's from diet, and I really think, I'm not even kidding, this is from those Fit Crunch bars. My digestion was really weird the past few days when I was eating them consistently. So also PSA, make sure you're paying attention to your food and how your body responds. Going with that, today is Friday, and usually this is the day that I do like my full body circuit days. So I just want to listen to my body, especially kind of a decently intense workout such as like this cardio style training today. I was not gonna have it. So I just went for a long walk earlier, which is what you saw earlier. I talked to my mom on the phone. I'm really rambling right now. This intro was so long for absolutely no reason, but circling all back, I'm taking a rest day, just went for a walk, but it's so gorgeous outside. The sky is insanely blue, and I'm going to take you guys up to a place where I live that I haven't even been there yet this fall, but it's like notorious for how beautiful the fall colors are. So we're gonna go there, and then I'm going to talk to you guys about appreciations and affirmations. There's essentially like gratitude and affirmations, like why they work, why I believe in them, why they work for me, and even just like how I got into them, just like all that good stuff, all about gratitude and my affirmation practice. Yesterday on my Instagram, I kind of put up a little question box and said like, what did you guys want to see more of on YouTube? And so many of the responses had to do with like spirituality, mindset, my morning routine, my crystals, my cards, affirmations, gratitude, meditation 101, which made me so happy. So I figured we would start with kind of the basics of gratitude and affirmations, because I always preach those. I believe in them so much, and it's a very core foundational principle of how I live my life and of my mental health practices. So I just wanted to share with you guys like how they work so they make more sense, because I know a lot of people are like, if I just say it, what is gonna happen? But like there's more to it. So anyways, this is such a long intro for no reason, and I'm gonna go make some lunchy. Really was feeling a salad. My appetite obviously is kind of whack. I had a really big breakfast as always. My appetite's kind of weird. We don't have any tuna. Thank you. And the only thing we have is some chicken sausage that I made last night, but I really don't want it for some reason, like really don't want it. I kind of want something light anyways, so I'm thinking I'm gonna make a smoothie, and I want to try out this Vital Performance protein. This is not sponsored, but they did send this to me to try out. Wow, this is freaking Navy sealed. Oh god. Yo, is this child-proof? Because that means I ain't getting in it. Because my personality is a 5-year-old, get it? Dude, what is going on? Can you see this? Like that thing right there is some sort of extra sealant, protectant, child lock. If I can't get this open, okay, no, not being pessimistic. Come on. I need an outside tool. Oh, that's right. She's innovative, she's creative, she takes matters into her own, oh. All right, that was nice. Off to a good start though. Take 2. We don't have time for this, Houston. Ah, that was so scary. I know I'm not supposed to be using the scissors towards me, but like, watch me still not be able to open it. Vital Proteins, I just want to know who you think is getting in your products. Oh, shut up. Okay, at least I see the scoop. 10 years later. Also, this straight up smells like hot chocolate mix. Oh! You guys, this vlog is like curing me. I had definitely had a really raspy voice yesterday, and I wish I still had it because I was kind of vibing with it. But I don't know, I just am feeling lit up again. Every time I film, I can't help it. I just get excited because I love you guys. I really need vegetables, so I'm about to put this whole thing of spinach because I need some nutrients. For show, for show, for show. And some rice cauliflower. For show, for show. And, oh, and, I'm also putting this in there. And, hold up. Oh, if I had banana, this would all be game over. I don't wanna be. Here's a run through of everything I'm about to put in the smoothie to make it beefier. So first, we have this chocolate protein. There's 25 grams of protein in a serving. Frozen rice cauliflower for vegetables. Also some baby spinach, again, for some nutrients. I'm just gonna stick with this berry blend. I'm gonna add a little bit of ground flaxseed for some omega-3s and healthy fats. Honey almond butter, which I literally am obsessed with this, you guys. I eat so much of this for some more healthy fats. These are for vegetables, micronutrients, and carbohydrates. Same thing also for our carbohydrates. I'm gonna do some of this organic cacao nibs for some more antioxidants. It's just a natural superfood. Oh, it says it's right there. And also this superfood creamer, which just is supposed to help sweeten it up a little bit. And it also just has a bunch of natural vitamins and minerals for you, and also just healthy fats with MCT. Right away. Cheers. Good texture. She good though. If this doesn't scream like the classic shifts of seasons, and I don't know what does. I literally just had a freezing cold smoothie, and now I just put water on for tea to take with us on our little fall adventure. But regardless, I just want to say, like, I'm so thankful for you guys, and just thank you guys so much for always being so open and accepting of me, like, at my most vulnerable state. Like, obviously it's not easy for me to always express like my vulnerability or just like showing that, like, bro, I'm not perfect. But what's even harder is finding community and people who are receptive to that vulnerability and the openness, and who are accepting and still just as supportive and all of that stuff. So it's just like, it means so much to me that you guys are still so supportive of me and like make me feel safe enough to be able to show that I'm not perfect, you know, that my life isn't perfect, that I get sick, that I don't feel 100 all the time. And I just am very thankful to have this space and to have your guys' support like constantly, no matter what, and just being able to be freaking open. I feel like obviously it's no secret, social media is known for just being this fake platform or a space where people feel like they always need to be their best or put on this front. And I just love having this creative space, like YouTube specifically, not only the brand but YouTube specifically, to really have it be as an outlet for me to just simply be myself. And I truly don't feel any pressure. Please hold, this is about to go off. I just like truly don't feel any pressure to feel like I need to have it together all the time, or like, since I love and I'm like super passionate about living a healthy lifestyle, that like I can't have low points or I can't struggle with my health in certain ways or anything like that. And so I'm just thankful, man. So I'm actually so hyped that I thought of this idea to bring tea, because I know I'm gonna love it. This is the tea that I'm using. I bought it actually in the last vlog. I'm also gonna bring a water bottle and an apple because it is fall time. Behind me, I'm in this little like pull-out cul-de-sac thing, and oh, the colors, I cannot. It's so freaking pretty. This is just divine. That drive was absolutely insane. Like, you can't even tell all the way on camera because you can't really even see all the details up in the mountains, but oh my goodness, it's so pretty. If you live in an area where you don't see fall time and leaves change, here you go. I'm sending you some color, and I love you. Here's my tea. She is still warm. Can you see the steam coming off her? Perfect temperature. This was such the move. Wait, I'm so cozy. Okay. I'm so cozy. You guys, this is such a vibe. I love this video. We haven't even done anything, but this is exactly what I needed, and I just feel very aligned with this vlog today. And I feel like it was very in tune with what I needed, the vibe that I was at today, and the views are just so pretty. Basically, I just really wanted to dive in and like kind of give a debriefing of just gratitude and affirmations, or what I like to call appreciations and affirmations. So for me, I started pursuing both of these practices back in 2019 after my sophomore year of college, when I was at like the low of low with the relationship with myself, with the relationship with my body, just with the connectivity of life around me that was the closest to being unhappy, genuinely unhappy that I've ever been. Essentially, it's just something that I turned to that really genuinely pulled me out of that dark place, that dark time. They were tools to help me build a relationship with myself, with my body, and with life, and with things that we can't always see and explain, for lack of a better term. First, I want to start with, I guess, how they work, or like the philosophy behind them and why I feel they work. Firstly, there's a concept called neuroplasticity, which is basically essentially you can change the way, I'm not super familiar with it scientifically, so feel free to fact check me, but the essential overall point is just that you can change the way your mind thinks, and wholeheartedly 100%, your thought patterns are just 100% habits. You got into that way of thinking habitually through years of just programming, through what you saw with your upbringing, etc. Just as kind of what you learned and habits you formed to think that way. So if you're a naturally very pessimistic person, honestly at this point in time, those are just a habitual way of thinking for you, where you just inevitably habitually look for the bad things or think of the bad things to come. Whereas if you're naturally a more optimistic person, you've formed those positive habits to think in a positive manner. So going along and using the core foundational principle of neuroplasticity, of being able to kind of change the way your brain works and the way it thinks, it just simply uses repetition, right? Just like you would do reps in the gym, to change the way you habitually think, essentially. Just by over time, you learn to rewire and reprogram your brain to have it think in a different way. And it sounds crazy, but there's genuinely so much foundational research to back this up. So if anything, I hope this again sparks your interest to do your own research. Also, just like how you would learn new things in school, it's the same thing. By habitually like force feeding yourself these thoughts, you over time come to believe these things about yourself, about life. Then you eventually like adopt that mindset as a whole, that belief system as a whole, and are able to look at life from a place of gratitude, optimism, and, you know, abundance and opportunity, instead of lack and pain and hardship. Same thing with gratitude, how it works. You're just essentially training your brain to be consciously scanning your environment, to look for the positive things, to look for things you're grateful for, to look for things you're appreciative of. Because if you, again, inherently are a pessimistic person, I don't mean to be coming at anyone, but again, self-awareness is key. That's what your brain is used to doing. It's used to scanning your environment and looking at the negative energy, the bad things, the hardship, the struggle in your environment. And for me, like, I genuinely see life as a yin-yang symbol, that there's just as much good as there's just as much bad in the world, in your environment, etc. I think that's what seamlessly completes the whole. I always say it. Of course, we want to do what we can to improve the bad, but at the end of the day, the way I want to approach life is giving as much life and attention and energy to the good, and appreciate the good for what it is, instead of just completely constantly canceling out and just being overwhelmed and only focusing on the bad in life. A ladybug just visited us in here, so it is good luck from the uni. But anyway, so I guess it's kind of like, I guess the scientific reasoning of like how gratitude and affirmations work, right? It's kind of like working to rewire your brain completely in the way it thinks. It's essentially like positively brainwashing yourself. You come to believe it for yourself and actually like fully embody it, if you will. And I guess going with that, if in the beginning it's hard for you to say like confidently and wholeheartedly that you are beautiful, that you are unique, etc., a good way to kind of get around that is to start with affirmations that are kind of in action, or something that you're currently doing. For example, instead of saying I am beautiful, you could say every day I am feeling more beautiful in my skin. Something like that, that's more of like of an action, something that you're working to embody, because I feel like that's easier to believe, because it's true, you know what I mean? Or like every day I'm working to create the life of my dreams, instead of saying I am living the life of my dreams. There was a ladybug again flying around. And in terms of like the spirituality reasoning for it, which is what I believe like most in it, words are frequency, right? They hold frequency, just like how music and sound is measured in hertz, which is a measure of frequency. The same thing, words are just sounds that are coming out of our mouths. I've had this revelation not too long ago. The ladybug literally is on me right now. It's on my little leg. Hi Bubs, I wish you guys could see him. Dude, the uni is with us. I'm not even kidding. This thing has been flying around us. Bubsy, hello. That's crazy. I can't believe it landed right on my leg. There's so many. There's two in here. Oh. Wait, why do I want to cry? I don't know. What else is new? Hi, Bubsies. There was 2 in here. I'm seeing too many, and I also saw 2 butterflies today, like swarming, flying around each other in unison. Wait, my heart is so full. All are welcome in this cabin. Okay, anyway, words are just a frequency, right? Like I said, so they hold frequency, and us as humans, it's literally science. Everything is made up of energy. We're energetic beings. Essentially, just like how sound can change frequency and change vibration, same thing as human beings, we can fine tune our frequency. That's what I mean when I always say like raise your vibration, vibe higher. It's getting into a higher frequency to attract those good feelings, attract those positive circumstances into our life, etc. So when you're speaking these words, all right, I always say words are alive. When you're speaking that frequency, you're stepping into that frequency and you're aligning your energetic state with the energetic state of that phrase, of that word. So when you're saying like I'm a powerful force, that's a really freaking high vibe statement, instead of saying like I am worth nothing. That's a super low vibrational statement. And that's really like why I believe in it so much, is that like speaking those words allows you to step into that state energetically, embody that energetic frequency, and therefore live at that energetic frequency. And then that's how I attract positive, high vibe, progressive circumstances into my life, is by stepping into who I want to be, by saying who I want to be. I kind of use it as also a sense of like manifestation, if you will, for lack of a better term. But again, it just is straight up energetics in my opinion. It's just words are alive. You're speaking that, you are declaring that's the energetic state that you're going to be aligned with and operate in. And therefore, when you're at that frequency, you're going to attract the things as someone who is independent, successful, and strong and empowered. It just is, right? It's like attracts like. It's like there's certain things that are at this higher vibrational frequency, and there's certain things that occur at a lower vibrational frequency. I hope that makes sense without getting too woo-woo. Like it does sound woo-woo, but at the same time, like there is a lot of value and consistency and like logic in it as well. And then I guess in terms of like where to start with it, I guess, is just kind of freaking start. I think it doesn't need to be this big overwhelming thing. You don't need to sit down and journal for 15 minutes a day if you really don't want to. I think, of course, start small with anything if you want to build actual sustainable habits. So maybe if you're super busy in the mornings and you tend to not get up early before work and you're always rushing, while you are getting ready, while you are doing your hair, while you're doing your makeup, while you're putting on your clothes, say 5 things out loud that you're grateful for. Say 5 affirmations out loud while you're driving, right? Just anything. Take the time just to say it, to speak it, and that will be powerful. Don't feel like you need to sit down and have this huge reflection situation where you're lighting a candle, that whole 9 yards. Like do what works for you, start where you need to start, and then it eventually will build on that. I can wholeheartedly say, because there's people out there who don't believe in affirmations, who don't think that gratitude lists do anything, but like for me, I can wholeheartedly say they completely transformed my headspace, how I thought of myself and how I looked at life. Just the opportunity that I felt was out there for me and what I felt that I was capable of. Yes, I've been doing this for years, but I can fully say like I've gotten to a genuine like internal state where I believe that I am beautiful unapologetically, where I believe that I'm an energetic being with endless potential, where I genuinely believe that this life is full of abundance and opportunity, and that I am destined for success and for greatness and for peace and for love and just for good fortune and just good experiences. And I believe that life is good and that life is easy and people are good. I just do. I think like genuinely over time it has gotten to the point where I rewired my brain, because if you would ask me in 2019 how I felt about myself, how connected to myself I felt, I would not have said any of the things that I just said. And also that reminds me, going with that, it's an energetic check-in for me. It's a way for me to get in tune with myself. It's kind of like a way that I say good morning to myself. I find that if I just get up and start going right towards my day, if I have like a busy editing day and I just get up and start editing and all that stuff, or I go on social media, I feel so much less connected to myself. I feel so much less grounded as a whole. So it just is an energy check-in for me. It's a way to check in with myself. It's a way for me to get in tune with myself in the morning. Say, hey, how are you feeling right now and how do you want to feel, right? So it allows me to align also with how I want to be feeling for the day going forward. This is totally why I need a podcast, because etc. This would be a perfect podcast episode. It just is a way for me to realign my energetic state and say, listen, you actually do have a choice, right? With how your brain operates. You have a choice of what your thought pattern is. You have a choice with the energy that you embody. You have a choice with your perspective on life. So in the morning, it gives me a second to say, okay, let's relax. How do you want to feel going ahead? What are your goals? What thoughts, feelings, and emotions does a person who have achieved those goals, what do they have? What do they feel like, right? And so that's when I tell myself, you know, I'm successful, I'm strong, I'm powerful, my heart space is open, I welcome in new successful opportunities. All that stuff I say, right? So it's all those things where I check in of saying, this is who you want to be, this is the state, the energetic state you want to live in, this is the life you want to have. Start there, now work back, how do you need to show up today to be that person that will live that life, that will live out those goals that you want to achieve as if they've already been achieved? I don't know, I'm going off on a tangent, but just overall, I think it's very powerful. I think it allows me to get in tune with myself. It allows me to form a relationship with myself. It allows me to decide how I want to think, form new thought patterns. It allows me to decide my perspective that I want to have on the world, that I want to believe. I think that's everything. I really enjoyed that little spiel though. Wow, I'm just passionate about it. And I think everyone should do it. They wholeheartedly has changed my life, rewired my brain, gave me self-confidence, and made me feel like life is a positive place. Alright guys, I'm gonna wrap up the vlog here. I hope you guys still enjoyed it and I hope you guys got something out of this. I'm sending you so much love. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.